How do I gain trust? My boyfriend thinks I'm cheating and I'm not. The phone's GPS was on and it showed a location that was a block away at McDonald's when he checked it. He doesn't believe I was at work. Also, my body's pH is off and I'm struggling trying to get it back to normal, and he thinks I'm cheating of how I smell down there, but I've only been with him. I don't hide he phone. Every notification I get he thinks it's guy. He even accused me of sleeping with my brother, and that's freaking disgusting. My brother's girlfriend found some random pendant in his bed and my brother texted me asking if it was mine, and it wasn't. Was sitting on his bed last week talking to his girlfriend friend. That's the only reason he asked me. IDK what I did to make him not trust me. I hate feeling like this. Edit. Thank y'all for helping me realize I'm not in the wrong here. Why waste time on a guy like this? Life is short. Spend your time with people who deserve it. You don't. You can't build trust with an controlling, insecure child. What you do is leave him and find someone that doesn't have these issues. Life's too short. Starting therapy for this sort of unhealthy behavior is not a favor or something nice to do for you, it's a bare minimum for being a healthy person in a relationship. Everything you're saying is huge red flags for an abusive relationship. A boyfriend who makes outrageous accusations, including against a brother. You feeling like this is something you need to work on and fix. Your pH is off and then he's accusing you of being unfaithful. He's prob cheating girl. Pop a boric acid in there. Get an STD screening and dump him. My ex told me I'm immature for cutting off all my exes from my life. So I told my then BF, now ex, that I never maintain any type of communication with my exes. And nope, my exes, before him, weren't toxic, and I wasn't too. I had a pretty healthy relationship with them. However, for me, it would be of my best interest not to stay in contact to help me move on. I'm really not the type to get back with my exes though. I always think that people break up for a reason. And on-again off-again relationships aren't my thing, so there's really no point in staying in contact with them. I don't think I'm immature for not staying in contact with them. People have different ways of coping up with heartbreaks. Some people stay friends with their exes. There's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't always work for everyone. Also, I think my ex said that to manipulate me to be friends with him after the breakup lol. Considering the fact that he was the only toxic ex I had. Edit. The ex who said I'm immature was the only toxic ex I had and was the only one who manipulated and cheated on me. I think like you too. If I broke with someone I won't be going back. 2 of my exes follow me on Insta still and I follow them cause it was a mutual breakup and we parted ways on good terms, but that's it. I don't think I have ever interacted with them after the breakup though. On the other hand, my husband had a bad breakup where his ex cheated, so he had blocked her everywhere and has never talked to her again. I find it pretty weird to keep in contact. I mean, you can if things ended amicably and you both see eye to eye on being friends. But that's a pretty rare occasion. Best to usually just let people go on with their lives and leave the complicated feelings at the door. My partner has so many rules on our calls that it's getting overwhelming. My partner and I live 2 hours away, so kind of LDR. We got busy schedules so we don't see each other very often. In person he's completely fine, I always had my space and he's not overwhelming. However, every single night we have a call, he wants it to be a video call. I understand that, but I'm not always able to do it the way he wants it to be. Like I said, we have busy schedules, but I try to have at least 30 minutes free of the day to fully focus on us and our calls. Apparently that is not enough, as he wants to continue with the call until I fall asleep. Normally that also would be fine, but he demands that my eyes are focused on him at all times. Sometimes he would randomly cover the camera to make sure I have him on full screen and not doing anything else, and would randomly ask why I'm texting someone else or why I'm not having him on full screen even if I am doing it. I have to swear I'm not. If I am, he would get really passive-aggressive. Again, I try to make some time solely for him, but he likes to go on for hours at a time, and at some point I need to catch up with my family and friends at times and he won't even let me do that. I tried giving him a heads up every time I do it, but he still would get passive-aggressive. Even when I'm cooking on the calls he demands my face be on camera at all times, and wouldn't stop asking me to come back until I do. I tell him I need to go to sleep, and he tell me that I'm still not ready for bed so I can do it on the call. I'm so exhausted every day. He won't take no for an answer when I don't want to video call or not do any of the things he asks me to do. I also have ADHD, so not being able to multitask or fidget is like torture for me. How can I compromise? Update. I texted him this morning telling him how his demands around calling are making me exhausted. I explained that I need my space sometimes and that I need to do things if he wants to call for that long. He said he's not trying to be controlling. I never accused him of being one, so that was a bit of a red flag. That he just misses me and wants to see my face every day. He asked if we could find a middle ground. I think I'll tell him this evening that I'm not willing to compromise, that if I say I need to leave or need to do something I will not negotiate it. Thanks to everyone who gave me an advice and warned me that it's controlling behavior. Folded hands, light skin tone. He demands that my eyes are focused on him at all times. Girl, the fuck? Dump this controlling asshole. Location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag. Not okay. You can try setting some boundaries with him. He doesn't get to boss you around like that. Stop letting him. Make your boundary, be firm with reinforcing it, and if he can't respect that, walk. It seems as if he is trying to isolate you from people, and honestly it screams controlling narcissist. Location flag, location flag. You don't compromise. This is completely unreasonable, controlling, demanding behavior. Honestly, being away from him sounds like a blessing. I can only imagine what living with him would be like. I very seriously recommend you end this relationship. This is the tip of the iceberg. Arguments that cause anger in men. My boyfriend, 24, and I, 21, were in an argument which he tends to break objects or punch holes in walls if he gets to that point, but he stopped doing that. The point is he can be aggressive when mad but wouldn't hurt anything living. However, during the argument one of our dogs started to fight with our other dog, and so my boyfriend tried to get him to stop, which he's like 40 pounds so he could easily be pulled back by the scruff and told to go to kennel because he's not ever that aggressive and was probably stressed we were fighting. Anyway, my boyfriend chose to punch him 3 times in his side, and I asked him to stop and to never do that again, and he said that's how dogs get disciplined. I don't know what to think. My dog is okay, but I just don't get it. He told me I was the one who needed to get a psychiatric appointment a month ago because I tend to start arguments because I'm so anxious all the time, and maybe it's him and situations like these that cause anxiety. Wouldn't hurt anything living. My boyfriend chose to punch him 3 times in his side. If this post is legit, this is an astounding amount of cognitive dissonance going on. You need to leave this guy and take the dogs with you. He is an abuser. It is a matter of time before he gets physical with you. You're anxious because you're in an abusive relationship. Don't make excuses for him. Don't delude yourself into thinking you can change him. Don't fall for his bullshit promises he'll make when you leave. I also suggest contacting a local domestic violence organization to help you come up with a safety plan for leaving, because it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if he were to become violent. Be safe, get help.